Hello and welcome to episode 132 of the Vegan Business Tribe podcast with myself, David Purnell. And Vegan Business Tribe is here to support you and to inspire you, not just to build a vegan business, but to build a successful vegan business. And you can listen along on Spotify, on Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And you can also watch the video version on YouTube too, if you can stand to look at my face. And thank you as always, I shouldn't say that, but thank you as always to our amazing sponsors who are Vegan Accountants, your partner for vegan business growth in the UK, and Mad Promotions, your vegan PR agency who will get both you and your business in the news. Both of these, they are amazing vegan businesses who will significantly help your vegan business. So please do go check them out. And also, if you do want help and support to grow your vegan business, then come and get involved with an amazing community of vegan business owners that are going to help you do that. We have hundreds of hours of courses and masterclasses to help you go from getting started with your business right through to scaling up. And we've created these with some of the biggest names in the vegan business scene over the last 5 years. And when you sign up as a member to Vegan Business Tribe, not only do you get access to all of our stuff, all of our content and our online events, you also get a free 20-minute coaching call with myself. So just head over to the website at veganbusinesstribe.com, click on that big join button on the homepage, and you see everything that you get there as a member. And just to say thank you, if you are already a member of Vegan Business Tribe, we could not do what we do without you. We are wholly funded by our membership. This podcast, all the work that we do championing the vegan business scene and supporting vegan entrepreneurs around the world, it's people like you, our members, who support us and allow us to do all of this amazing stuff. So if you are a member, thank you so much. And if you're not, but you love what we do as an organisation and think that we need someone who's supporting more vegan businesses, then you can help us by signing up with us as a member to support what we do. Okay, so that's the hard sell over and done with. Let's get on with the good stuff. So let's get started. And I'm recording this just as we're coming up to the Christmas holidays. And I always see the holidays myself just as a great time to do some planning and reflecting on my own businesses and to get ready for throwing myself at that entrepreneurial challenge afresh in the new year. But you might be counting down the days to the holidays a bit like a bored worker watching the office clock count down to the end of the day. And if you are, it shouldn't be like that when you've got your own business. The whole point of having your own business is so that you can be in control, so that you don't have to work in a job that you hate, whilst at the same time bringing together your passion for veganism with how you make a living. But it doesn't always feel like that. A lot of building a successful business, it's tenacity, it's knowing and being prepared that you're going to have to work for this for at least a few years. But sometimes those few years of slow and steady growth, it can just grind you down. And especially if you don't even think you are growing. So yes, you love your business, you love your mission, but you're just so tired. You've expended all of that early energy and enthusiasm that you had. And when this happens, we call it founder fatigue. Now, for some, this can actually come really early in your business journey. And especially if you just exploded onto the business scene and you threw everything you had at getting your business going. It might even happen to you in the first year. But for many of the people I meet who have got an obvious case of founder fatigue, it happened without them even realizing it was happening. It was a long-term accumulation, that drip, 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 the continued effort which is needed to build a business. It's just worn them down to the point where they don't have that energy and enthusiasm that they used to have. Founder fatigue It can happen in any business, but it's especially prevalent in mission-driven businesses because you've got such a high emotional investment in your business's cause. And especially if you've got a vegan business, then you're not just working for a profit. You are also driven by this sense of responsibility to make a positive impact with that business however you can. And in many ways, that is your superpower too. You have got a reason to get out of bed in the morning, which isn't just about making money. And most business owners, they don't have that. But having that additional cause, it can also lead to overworking, it leads to a lot more stress and eventually burnout too. And if left unchecked, founder fatigue, it will kill your business. You will find yourself subconsciously sabotaging your own company. You're going to be making decisions not based on what's best for growing your business, but based on just whether or not you can be bothered. You'll stop showing up. You'll stop going out and looking for those opportunities because all of that extra hassle and that work that those opportunities might create and bring, you just don't want to face it because you're burnt out. But if you recognise yourself in this introduction, or you can feel it happening to you right now, which is why you're listening to this podcast, then the first thing that you should realise is it's not just you. Heck, I'm recording a podcast about it, so it must be a fairly common problem. As entrepreneurs or business founders, we're always trying to project this image of us having this great work-life balance. But to be honest, I don't think that I know where the right balance is myself. Yes, you do need to look after yourself. You are the key asset of your business. But I don't think I've ever met anybody who's built a successful business by just working a 9 to 5 either. So know that it's not just you. We all face it. And if you're feeling this now, then know that it's fixable too. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share with you my 5 tips to overcome founder fatigue in your vegan business. So let's jump straight in with tip number 1. Rediscover your why. Now, if you've ever listened to any motivational business speaker, you've likely heard this phrase before, find your why. And it's great advice. If you want to be motivated in your business, then you've got to have just a really great reason for having your business in the first place. And when you've got a vegan business, your motivation or your why, it's kind of already baked in. Your why, it might be for the animals. It might be for the environment. It might be to create a better, healthier, more compassionate society. Or it might just be a mixture of all of the above. But know that as you build a business, your why, it can also just become like the wallpaper over time. You don't completely forget your reason and your motivation, but you don't particularly pay it much attention anymore. So the first thing you need to do to combat founder fatigue is to reconnect with that why. And this is something that I found myself doing a lot over this last 12 months. And it used to be that I'd only go to what I call vegan events. The veg fests and the food expos or the vegan markets and fairs. But this last 12 months especially, I've gotten involved with a wider animal advocacy movement, and I started attending animal rights conferences and making connections in the not-for-profit sector. And it has reignited my motivation for why, at least when I first started Vegan Business Tribe. And sometimes I forget that reason. I forget the reason why we set up Vegan Business Tribe. We launched Vegan Business Tribe 5 years ago to be our form of activism. And what better way to remind me of that than surrounding myself with other activists in the movement? But in fact, and I'll be honest with you here, I actively avoided the wider movement for many years because I didn't think of myself as an activist. Surely the people running these other great animal rights organisations, they'd think that business, well, that's part of the problem, right? But the opposite has been true. I've discovered just so much support for our mission at Vegan Business Tribe. So if you started your business with a vegan agenda, then go book your place at the animal rights and animal advocacy conferences. In the UK, we've got the VARC conference in Manchester, that's VARC. There's new AVA or AVA summits, they're launching around the world in North America, South America, Africa. There's the CARE, the CARE conference, that's in Poland. And there's the International Animal Rights Conference in Luxembourg. And just spending time at these events, listening to those speakers, making new connections, that will show you that you have a place in a huge movement of compassionate people who are also trying to end animal suffering and safeguard the environment, just like you are. It's going to massively boost your motivation levels to make a difference with your business too. And another way to reconnect with your why as a vegan business is to take that step out of your comfort zone and maybe engage not just in business activism, but with some real hands-on activism. One of our Vegan Business Tribe members, Ashley Bowler from Galloway's Accounting, he recently did this, and he did his first street activism after having spent many hours watching others do it on YouTube. And it took him a long time to pluck up the courage, but eventually he did it. And he offered out free vegan food, and he had some leaflets that were supplied by the animal charity Viva, and it was a hugely positive and motivational experience for him. So reconnect with your why. Remember your motivation for having a vegan business in the first place. And you might even want to get involved with your local animal save movement and attend a vigil at your local slaughterhouse, because it will really deepen your connection with why you are doing what you are doing. If you are a UK vegan business, wouldn't it be better to have an accountant that shares your ethics? Well, vegan accountants have got over 30 years of experience, and they're a vegan-founded company. And just to add, they're also our accountants at Vegan Business Tribe, because they just get us. They understand why we do what we do, and they make sure that we're doing it in the most tax-efficient way possible. Keith and his team, they've been massive supporters of our mission at Vegan Business Tribe. So if you are an established UK business with a growth mindset and you want an accountant that is going to help you grow and shares your mission as well as saves you tax, then just go to veganaccountants.co.uk to find out more. If you are looking to get your business in the news or on the radio or interviewed on TV, then no one's going to get your company noticed like Karen Ridgers and her team at Mad Promotions. And Karen, she's been at the forefront of the vegan media scene for the last 20 years. And Mad Promotions, they're also our media partners at Vegan Business Tribe. So if you've read about us in plant-based news or in Veg Economist, then that's probably because Karen got that story there. So if you are an ethical company or entrepreneur that wants more media coverage, and if you're a company that is looking to make a difference, then that's literally what Mad Promotion stands for. Karen, she's worked with Veganuary, VegFest and all the other big names. So go find out more at mad-promotions.com. Okay, so tip number 2 is automate, delegate, or get rid. Now that you've got your motivation back for what you're doing, we've got to get rid of some of the things that are wearing you down in your business. And you'll already know what these things are. If you feel that sinking feeling, whenever you think about having to do a social media post, for example, or if you put off doing your accounts to the point where you need a full week set aside to catch up with them, then these are not the things that you should be doing in the business. You are not the right person to be doing them. We've got to eliminate those things that don't bring you joy or that you're simply just not suited to doing, because these are the things that are dragging you down. So I have a tool that I call Delegate, Automate, or Get Rid. And first, if a task is bringing you down in your business, then ask, can that task be automated? don't think you are the only person who hates doing that thing that you hate doing in your business. There are online tools and apps for almost every task in business these days, like submitting receipts or chasing invoices or booking meetings and automatically following up emails. And we're now starting to find real world and really useful applications for AI in business beyond just writing that social media post. So if you're still copying and pasting between systems and keeping spreadsheets up to date, or you're facing a pile of paperwork every evening, then there's a good chance that somebody has created a tool to automate that task for you instead. So reach out to other business owners that you know and ask how they do those tasks that you hate. And you might be surprised to find that it's just you. It's just you who's still doing that thing in that old-fashioned manual way. And everybody else, they automated it and they're using an app. And they did that years ago. So next, if it's something that can't be automated, then can you find somebody else to do it? And trust me, there are people who love doing social media posts or filling out accounts and doing spreadsheets or customer service and fulfillment. You don't even need to have to make your own product or deliver your service yourself in your business. There are other people who can do it just as good, if not better, than you can. And that's going to leave you free to concentrate on the things that you actually enjoy in the business. And that person, they could be an existing employee, it could be a virtual assistant or freelancer, it could be somebody that you employ part-time for you, working remotely, or just finding a service provider who can take over your manufacturing or maybe deliver your service for you. And don't immediately think that you just don't have the budget for this, because if you're spending all your time and you're doing the things that you don't enjoy and they take up your energy, then that's going to cost you far more in terms of potential revenue as a business than hiring a VA to do it instead. And then finally, for this tool, if you can't automate it or delegate it, can you just get rid of it? Just stop doing it. Some tasks, they find a permanent place on our to-do list just because that's the way that things have always been done around here. So get somebody to sit down and go through your weekly to-do list with you and challenge you on everything you are doing. Do you still need to be keeping that spreadsheet up to date that nobody has looked at for 2 years? Do you have to keep attending that event that you haven't got anything out of for the last 24 months? Do you even need to keep servicing those clients that you simply just don't make any money out of and they're not worth your time? Be ruthless, because it's not just your time that these tasks are taking up. It's your energy and your motivation too. Which leads us on to tip number 3, build your tribe around you. Now, I've already spoken about getting more involved with the wider movement to reconnect with your why. But you also need to build up your support network of people who are going through the same thing that you are too. So, if you're running a vegan business, you need to be regularly talking to other vegan business owners. It is as simple as that, because they are the people who understand why you are doing what you are doing, and they're facing the same unique challenges that you are of running a business on vegan ethics. So, and this isn't just a shameless plug for us, but come to our Vegan Business Tribe member meetups to find those other vegan business owners. Come to our business clinics to ask other vegan business owners for help and support, because these are the people who want your business to succeed, even if they've never met you before, just because they are on the same mission that you are. And go beyond just meetups. Find yourself an accountability buddy, somebody else who is at a similar stage of their business journey, and have regular catch-up calls and check-ins with them. Share your to-do list for the week with each other, and then hold each other accountable for getting them done. I remember we had 2 Vegan Business Tribe members, and they buddied up and they scheduled a check-in call with each other at 8 a.m. every single day for a full month. And it was amazing what they achieved. They were both people who worked on their own normally. And having that extra person to talk through problems with and give support to, that just really gave them focus. So go find your vegan business support network. And if you can't find one, then build your own. Okay, so tip number 4, set a clear goal and make a plan to achieve it. I am sure that you don't need me to tell you the importance of having clear goals in your business. And I bet that you had them when you started, didn't you? But do you still have them now? If you haven't sat down and worked out where you are going, then how are you going to know if you're making progress towards it? Nothing wears you out quicker than running on the spot. So if you're just busy all the time without knowing if your business is actually moving forwards, then all that activity, it's going to be draining, not invigorating. And I'm not just talking about having a vague idea of what you want to achieve over the next year. You need to specify a clear goal plus have a clear plan of how you're going to achieve it. So if, for example, say you want to increase your turnover by 100% over the next 12 months. And why not? That's a great goal to have. But you've got to know how you're going to make that happen. And then you've got to take responsibility for making it happen. You need to have actionable tasks and you need to have deadlines in the diary. And one of the best tools to do this is by using the SMART or S-M-A-R-T goals system. So your goal should be specific, measurable, achievable in the timescale that you've set yourself. It should be relevant and time bound. So all that means is it needs to be a goal that you can clearly define. It needs to be a goal that you can measure so that you can track the progress you're making towards it. And it needs to have a deadline of when you want to have achieved it by. And if you don't have this in your business, then you're just going to be, rudderless. You're going to be drifting. You're never going to be sure if you are improving or heading in the right direction because you don't know what the right direction is. But if you've got this clear picture of what you are trying to do with your business, then you can take responsibility for making it happen. And that, oh my gosh, that is brilliant for reigniting your passion and motivation. I've seen people run businesses for like 20 years. And then somebody comes in, they set a SMART goal, S-M-A-R-T goal, and all of a sudden it's like a startup all over again. So recapture that clear plan and direction for your business so that you're not just running on the spot anymore. Instead, you're running towards something that's going to make a difference to you, your business, or the world. And that brings us to tip number 5, practice self-care. Now, I'm not going to lie on this one. And I'm not going to pretend that I am the kind of entrepreneur that does yoga at 5 a.m. with a bowl of granola in one hand, or say that I meditate for 45 minutes 3 times a week, or just work, 4 hours a day, because I don't. I don't do yoga. I do work weekends and evenings, but that's because I get an incredible amount of satisfaction out of what I do. And I'm trying to build something that I think is making a positive impact, as well as being an investment for me and my family's future. But you've got to protect your mental and physical health as a business founder. If I get up at 5 a.m., which I quite often do, then that's because I was asleep by 10 p.m. I wasn't staying up until 1 a.m. watching Netflix or gaming, justifying doing so with the excuse of having to, decompress or have me time to recharge at the end of the day. If you feel you need to recharge, then nothing does that better than sleep. Getting a full 7 or 8 hours sleep every night, that does wonders to your mood and your energy levels. And if you want to have me time, then make it quality me time. Don't spend 60 minutes every day just mindlessly scrolling through your phone, letting your brain rot. Book a weekend off with your partner and go stay in a posh hotel, or pitch a tent in the middle of a field, whatever floats your boat. And practicing self-care, it doesn't have to be separate from your business. So, for example, if Lisa and I are going to a vegan event representing Vegan Business Tribe, we'll often take that opportunity and extend the trip by a day or two, maybe to go visit somewhere new, stay over in a hotel whilst we're there. And if you run your own business, then find these benefits of running your own business. If you want to go to the gym at 10 a.m. in the morning when it's empty, instead of 6 p.m. when it's packed out and you can't get on the treadmill, then arrange your work day in that way. Arrange it around that. Like, I don't particularly like working Friday afternoon, so I have it blocked out in my calendar. And usually I'll take myself off to my local coffee shop with my laptop, or me, Arwen and Lisa, we'll go out for a long lunch. That's the benefits of having your own business. You've got agency to build this business however it works for you. So do that. Really focus on that self-care as part of your business. But self-care, it's also acknowledging the progress that we're making as businesses and celebrating those small wins. Lisa and I, we still celebrate every single time somebody signs up with us at Vegan Business Tribe. And we've been running this community for 5 years now. We still rush to be the first one to tell the other that we've got a new member. We keep a list of the success stories that we get sent from our Vegan Business Tribe members about how our community have helped them grow their business. I've got to admit, I must watch our own testimonials reel that we've got on the website at least once a month. We keep connected as much as we can to the real difference that we're making in the world. And you need to do this with your business too. Because when you can see you're making a difference, when you can feel that you're making a difference, then you're not working at the weekend because you have to. You're working at the weekend because you know that you're achieving good in the world by doing so. Okay, so that is my 5 tips to beating founder fatigue. If you've lost the passion for your business or you're just worn out and tired from it all. So let's have a quick bullet point recap of those 5 tips. 1, rediscover your why. Reconnect with the reason that you started your vegan business in the first place. 2, automate, delegate, or get rid of things that might be wearing you down. And that might be using apps, it might be delegating to others, or just stopping doing the things that you've always done. 3, build your tribe around you. Connect with people who understand the unique challenges that you face as a vegan business owner. 4, set a clear goal and make a plan to achieve it. Nothing wears you out like running on the spot. So set your SMART goals and recapture that early passion and motivation. And 5, practice self-care. That doesn't have to mean going and sitting on top of a mountain, but work self-care into your routine. And that is it. So, a really important topic today. And as I said earlier, if you're looking to reinvigorate yourself and your business, then do come and get involved with Vegan Business Tribe. No matter what stage you are at in your vegan business journey, I want to help you. I want to support you and introduce you to hundreds of other vegan business owners and entrepreneurs that want to help you too, because we're all on the same mission that you are. And also, that's how you can support us too. So if you feel that you do get value out of all the content that we produce, or you think the vegan business scene just needs somebody like us championing them around the world, if you're not already a member, then please do come sign up with us on veganbusinesstribe.com. And you'll also get a free one-to-one welcome coaching call with me when you sign up too. So that is it for this episode, and I'll see you on the next one.